Today we're going to focus on the literature circle role of character sketcher. The idea behind the character sketcher is to sort of paint a picture or give us more details about a certain character in the story. So if we're looking at the story Number the Stars by Lois Lowry, we're just going to go box by box and basically bring this character to life. So starting with the first box tells us to draw a descriptive picture of one of your characters. So my main character in the story is Anne Marie. However, in this particular scene, I feel like I wanted to draw some attention to Father because Father's being put in a really difficult situation. So I drew Father as someone pacing the floor who's very concerned. Um, and the reason he's concerned or a little bit down is because he just was in a situation where he had to lie to protect one of his friend's daughter. So, with his lie, the character trait that really describes him, which is what I'm going to be focusing on next, is coming up with the character trait, is clever. And this is why I think Father is very clever in this scene. When Nazi officers storm the Johanssons' house looking for the Rosen family, Father must think fast. When the officers question why one of their daughters has dark hair and the others are blonde, he goes to the family photo album and rips out an old photo of their deceased daughter, a baby photo. Now, what's particularly important to know about this scene is that one of the girls, the one of the Rosin's daughters. Her name is Ellen. She's not actually this family's daughter, and she has really dark hair. She's Jewish, and she doesn't look like the rest of the siblings. But when we're looking at the father's cleverness, what he does, this is what the text says that he actually does. Anne Marie knew instantly which photographs he had chosen. The album had many snapshots. It also contained a portrait of each girl as a tiny infant. She realized, too, why Papa had torn them from the book. At the bottom of the page was written the date, the date at the time. The real Lise Johansson would have been 21 years old. Now, he took this particular picture of Lise because in the photo, she actually does have dark curly hair. It lightens up as she gets older, but he wants it to appear like Ellen is one of their daughters. So he takes the photo out and makes sure to rip the date off so he doesn't reveal that this isn't really their daughter. And this was all on page 47. All right, and then my down below box asked me to find some character traits about my character in the beginning of this section and at the end of the section. Remember, if a character experiences a lot of change or starts to change throughout a story, that's called a dynamic character. In this case, Father is more of a static character. He doesn't change too much from the beginning of the section to the end. The first thing it asked me is to pick 5 character traits that describe your character at the beginning of the section. So Father is really angry that we find out how his older daughter died, and he's very angry because she died, and there's some inferencing that maybe she died in an unfair way. Um, However, when the Nazi officers bust through the door, he's very calm. He doesn't yell at them. He's kind of witty or quick with them, but he is still very calm. He's focused on the task at hand, which is trying to trick the officers. You can tell deep down he's afraid because you can kind of put yourself in that situation and realize that that would cause fear. And then at the end, or sorry, at the as the officers are coming in, he's unsure of what to do. Now, it then asks us to pick 5 character traits that describe your character at the end of this section. Well, Father doesn't change too much from the beginning to the end. I know he's relieved because he exhales. He's still calm, or his demeanor is calm because he doesn't want to scare the children. However, his actions show that he was very brave and focused because it took a lot of bravery to be able to do what he did. But he still is unsure and is trying to come up with a plan to help Ellen be safe. Finally, the last question is, what change, if any, does your character encounter during this chapter? Well, Papa does not experience much change in this section. He is just relieved that the officers have left their apartment and is formulating a plan to have them be less suspicious because Ellen is still in the house. And now he's worried that they're going to be coming after her and her family. And this is how you do a character sketch of one of your characters.